स्टूडेंट्स, आपका मेरा YouTube चैनल शंकर कोचिंग में स्वागत है। मैं प्रोफेसर प्रेम शंकर आज 11th क्लास के विद्यार्थियों को मैथमेटिक्स एनसीईआरटी का फर्स्ट चैप्टर सेट्स पढ़ाने जा रहा हूं। आप इस वीडियो को अंत तक देखिए। अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आता है तो आप इसे लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और अपने फ्रेंड्स को शेयर करें। The video. We start the sets. This is the chapter, first chapter of the 11th class, and we will discuss the sets one by one. That is your introduction, then representation, then types, then operation and Venn diagram, properties, and the problems based upon union and intersection. Basically, this set is used in mathematics. Like set is used in the relation and function. Then set is also used in the sequences or in the probability. The set is in the one also. Now this was developed by George Cantor. First developed this one by George Cantor, scientist, and he used this sets in the problem of this trigonometry series. He used first time. Now let us start the representation. So before going to the representation, I am taking few examples for the sets. Like we have the odd natural number, like odd natural number, so the sets will be here 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, like this. Or we have this the rivers of India, and then the rivers of India. Let's suppose so Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, like this. Or we can say the vowels. Vowels. So I can represent the vowels also, like A, E, I, O, U. So this is the how the sets can be represented. But there are two methods for representation. First one is your this is tabular form or roster form, and another is your set builder form. So we have the two method of representation. One is your roster form, roster, and another one is your set builder form, set builder form. There are two methods. So what is the roster method and the set builder form? See, in the case of the roster method, we write it in the way of number and that will be separated by comma. So if the numbers are separated by comma, so that indicates that this is the roster form. For example, let's suppose I am writing a natural number. So the natural number is how much? It is this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. So this form is called the roster form. In the roster form, how we recognize the roster form? For the recognizing the roster form, all the elements will be separated by comma. Now in the set builder form, it is the numbers are not separated by comma, and there are certain statements are there. For example, in the set builder form, let's suppose I am writing in the set builder form. Suppose I am writing a vowels, set of vowels. So I will write it in this way: x X where X is a vowel in English alphabet. X where X is vowel in English alphabet. English alphabet. So this is how the set is represented into roster form. So this one is the roster form and this form is your set builder form. It is given in this way. Mind it, for this set builder form, roster form, you can change also. If the roster form is given, I can change into set builder form. Within the set builder form it is given, I can change into roster form also. For example, if I want to this roster form into the set builder form, so how will I write it? So for writing this, what I will write it here. Like suppose I will denote it by A. So this A is equal to how much? This will be your X where X is natural number. It is a natural number. X where X is natural number and X is greater than 6. So I can write in this way this roster form into set builder form. And suppose here it is this is a set builder form. I can change into the roster form. How? So the vowel V is equal to how much? This is your A, E, I, O and U. So basically I can say the basic difference between roster form and set builder form is in the roster form commas are used, while in the case of the set builder form we write in this way. X, for example, I have given here for vowel X where X is vowel in English alphabet. So in this way I can represent the sets into two ways. Now the types of sets. So different types of sets are empty set, equal set, finite set, infinite set, subset, power set and universal set. So first of all we will see the empty set. Empty set means what? If there is no any member in the set, that is called the empty set. So empty set means what? Empty set means there is no any member into set. For example, if I represent it like this, so this is the empty set. Sometimes we write it as a file also, so that is the empty set. The next one is equal set. Equal set means what? If two sets are given and member of set A is also the member of set B, then that is called the equal set. Means let's suppose you have given this set A and numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4. Another B set is given, and let's suppose the members are 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you see the A and B, this is the equal set. Why? Because in the set A, the member of set A is also the member of set B, and this we represent it as A is equal to B. And if the members are not equal, then it is your A is not equal to B. Then come to the finite set. Finite set means what? Finite set means if the set is empty, or you can count the member, means definite member is there, then that is the finite set. For example, let's suppose I am writing vowels A, E, I, O, U. So this is the finite set. Now the next one is your infinite set. Infinite set. In the infinite set, you cannot count the member. You will not able to count the member. For example, like suppose I say that the whole number is given, and the whole number, this is given as a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on like this. So in this case it is a infinite set. Now we will see the subset. What is the subset? Subset means if a set is given, another set is given. So from the set, let's suppose set A is given, and on another, so how to define the set A and B? Suppose AB is given, then set B is subset of A. Then we write in this way: B is the subset of A, and we can write all the possible subset. Then that is called the power set. Let's suppose I am taking one example. This is A is, let's suppose, given 1, 2 and 3, and subset B, if I want to find the subset B, so I can say that the value of NA is equal to how much? It is your 2 to the power 3, that is means 8 possible subsets are there. So if I collect all the subset of that A, so that will be equal to your power set. Means let's suppose your set is given 1, 2, 3. So the possible cases, how much the possible cases? So the possible cases of let's suppose I denote it by power set P. So this power set P is equal to how much? This will be your 5, then 1, 2, then I have 3, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So this is the all possible sets are there. So that is nothing but that is called the power set. So what is the value of NP, power set of NP? So that is equal to how much? It will be equal to 2 to the power 3, that is equal to your 8. Now the last one is your universal set. We want to say that. We want to explain the next one is universal set. So for the universal set, I have, let's suppose, any subset, any set is there. Suppose any universal set. So how to define the universal set? If suppose I am taking the sets like A, B, C, sets I am taking from this set. So in that case, what will happen? The U will be called the universal set. Means for the universal set, what is the criteria? The criteria for the universal set is what? That is your A is the subset of U, B is the subset of U, and C is also subset of U. A, B, C must be the subset of U, then this U is called the universal set. I am giving a very simple example. Suppose they are given universal set, like your numbers are given, suppose suppose your whole number is given. So in the case of the whole number, the natural number is the subset of whole number. So this number, that is whole number, is the universal set if it is the case of the natural number or any other number from the whole number. Now we see the operation of the set, and then that operation, we use that operation also with the help of Venn diagram also. So if you see the operation in the case of set, the operation is the union is there, intersection is there, difference is there, and the complement is there. So I will discuss one by one. So first of all, let's suppose I am taking the union. Union case I am taking first. In the union case, suppose two sets are given, A and B. So in the case of union, what will be there? In the case of the union, the A and B sets are given. In that case, we will take another set C in such a way so that all the element of in the C, all the element of A and B are included in the set C. So let's suppose A is given, set A is let's suppose given, and set B is given. So we represent it by we represent it by A union B. Means the set, let's suppose that set is C. Means what? Means in the set C, members of A is there and B is also there. So I can say that A intersection B, the suppose a member X is there. So this X is also member of A, or X is the member of B. And let's suppose I want to find Venn diagram of this union. So how can I able to find the Venn diagram of the union? So for finding the Venn diagram, first of all, I will draw the set A. Let's suppose the set A. This one is the set A, and the another one set B is there. And suppose this is the set B. So this is the Venn diagram. This is the Venn diagram. Venn diagram of what? Of A union B. This one is the Venn diagram of A union B. So you can see here, as I had defined here, X is the member of A or the X is a member of B, saying this way. So this is the Venn diagram of A union B. Now next I will take in the intersection. The next one is the intersection. So let's suppose in the case of the intersection, suppose the set A set is there and B is there, and I represent this as A intersection B. Let's suppose this is your C. So what does it mean? It means that suppose X is there, so X is member of A and X is also member of B. X is member of A and X is member of B. And so for finding the Venn diagram, so how I will be able to find the Venn diagram? So for finding the Venn diagram, I will draw the A and B. A, so suppose this is set A and this is your set B. And suppose this is the Venn diagram. Venn diagram A intersection B. So I think this portion will be there, this portion will be there, that is our A intersection B, because this part is also in A and as well also in B. So this is the Venn diagram of A intersection B and the meaning of union and intersection. Now we will take the next case is your difference. So let's suppose I want to explain this operation difference. So let's suppose I have given two sets A and B. A and B, two sets are given, and I want to find what is the difference. So I denote it by A minus B. So let's suppose it is equal to your set C. So A minus B means what? The member is X. Suppose it is in the set C. What will happen? In the set C, the member are the member of A, but it is not the member of B. So I can write it A minus B. So X must be your member of A, and but X is not the member of B. And for the Venn diagram case, I can write in the Venn diagram. Suppose I want to write the Venn diagram of this one. Let's suppose this is A and this is B, and this is your Venn diagram. Of A minus B. So it will be represented by A or minus B. So I will remove the B. So this will be for the Venn diagram of A minus. This is the A minus. Now I will take the next operation, and that operation is your complement. This is the complement. In the complement case, you must remember always that there must be a universal set. So let's suppose a set A is there. Set A is there. Suppose set A is there. And this set A is the universal set of subset of universal set. And let's suppose I want to find the complement. So how I will able to find the complement? So the complement will be denoted by how much? It is denoted by A dash. It will be denoted by A dash, and that is the complement of A. So I can write the complement A in two ways. First is the complement A. I can write it in the set builder form X, where X is your member of U, but your X is not the member of E. X is the member of universal set, but X is not the member of A. Or I can write in this way also. A complement, I can write this also. This is, I can write it as a U minus A. And how I represent the Venn diagram? So let's suppose I have the universal set U, and here is the one set is here, that is set the A. So how I represent the Venn diagram? This Venn diagram is represented by then this way. So this is the Venn diagram of A complement. This portion will be your Venn diagram of this one here. This is your Venn diagram. You can see clearly here that A complement is this a member of U, and but this is not the member of A. So in this way, these all are the operation and Venn diagram: union, intersection, difference, and complement. See the properties of union and intersection. The properties of union and intersections are commutative, associative, distributive, idempotent, law of 5 and law of U, that is universal set. After that, we will see the properties of complement also. So first of all, I am giving the properties of union and intersection. So the first property is commutative. The first property is commutative. Suppose two sets are given, then the commutative property indicate that A union B is equal to your B union A. This is the commutative property. Then the next property is associative property. So associative property is, suppose three sets are given, A union B union C. So associative property means A union B union C is given. So A union B union C, so this is equal to your A union B union C. Now come to the distributive property. In the distributive property, suppose the three sets are given, A union B intersection C. Suppose this is given. So for the distributive property, the value of this one is equal to A union B intersection A union C. So this property is for the distributive property. Now come to the next one, idempotent. So in the case of idempotent, suppose idempotent, the next one is idempotent. Suppose A is given, so A union A, this is equal to A, so this is called idempotent. Then come to the law of phi. Suppose A, if we are taking union with phi, so this is equal to how much, this also you are getting A. So this is called what? Law of phi. The law of U, that is universal set, means I am taking set A with the union of universal set. So again I will get the A. So this is your nothing but this is the law of phi. This is law of phi, and this is law of universal set. For the intersection case, again we'll write the properties of this into the symbolic form: commutative, associative, distributive, idempotent, law of phi, law with universal. So first one is your commutative. This is the commutative. In the commutative, we have A intersection B. This is equal to B intersection A. Then next one is the associative. In the associative case, three sets are given. So A intersection B intersection C. So A intersection B, if I take into one bracket, so this is equal to your A intersection, this is A intersection B intersection C. So B intersection C is the one bracket. So this property is known as the associative property. Now next property is the distributive. In the distributive property, we have, let us suppose A intersection B union C is given. So according to distributive property, it is equal to A intersection B union A intersection C. Now the next property is idempotent. So for idempotent, A intersection A is equal to A. Then come to the law of phi. The next one is your law of phi. The law of phi, suppose I want to find phi intersection A, so that is also equal to phi. So this is called the law of phi. Then the last one is the law with universal set. Let's suppose I have universal set U. I want to intersection with A. So this is nothing but this is equal to how much? This is equal to A. So these are the properties all together with the union and intersection. Now we will see the properties of complement. For the properties of complement, we will see one thing in the case of union. Let's suppose I am taking the case of the union. Let's suppose set A is given. So A union A complement. So this is equal to how much? Union. Universal set U. And what will be the complement of universal set? So that is equal to your phi. Now next you take the intersection. Now I am taking the case of the intersection. In the intersection, suppose A is there, A intersection A dash. So A intersection A dash, this is equal to phi. And what is the phi? Complement of the phi. So complement phi is equal to your U. That means your universal set. Now we will see the double complement. Suppose I have a set A, I want to double complement. So the double complement is double complement. Suppose A is there, A complement, so this is equal to A. Then last one is the De Morgan's law, which is very important. So De Morgan's law will take in the case of union and as well as for the case of the intersection. So this for the De Morgan's law. First of all, I will take the union case. So for the, let's suppose I am taking the union case. So this is your A union B complement. So it is equal to A complement intersection B complement. Suppose I am taking the union. Now suppose I am taking the intersection. So in the intersection case, A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. So these are the properties of complement. So all this formula you can find it. You can take the values of A and B. In that case, you can verify also. For example, let's suppose I have A and B is there. So I will solve the left hand side A union B complement, and the right hand side A complement union B complement. If we are getting the both value we are getting equal, so we can say what? We can say that De Morgan's law is applicable. So the problem, sometimes the problems are given. So the problems we can solve it by the this set theory. Better you can say with the help of Venn diagram. So how we solve that one? So for that one, whatever the question problems are given, from that we draw the Venn diagram. Suppose in this way. Suppose this is what this the universal set will be there. Then I will draw the set A set I will draw, and then I will draw the set B. So after drawing the set A and B, so two portion will be there. One is this portion is there, and another one is your green, this B portion. This portion is the B portion will be there, and the middle portion will be your this one is the middle portion. So this portion is actually equal to your A minus B, and this portion is equal to your this portion is equal to your B minus A, and this is your how much? This is your A union B. So seeing the problem, first of all I will draw the Venn diagram, and after drawing the Venn diagram, I can find the questions which are given in the problem. So there are a few formulas which are very important, like I want to find let's suppose A union B I want to find. So this is equal to nothing but NA plus NB minus N. This is your A intersection B. Or I can say in this way also, A intersection B is equal to NA plus NB, and this is minus N. This is A union B. One more formula is there. Although seeing the Venn diagram, we can get the number of formulas. This is the one important formula. And another one is that suppose we have NA union B union C. So this is equal to how much? This must be equal to your NA plus NB plus NC minus N A intersection B minus N B intersection C minus N A intersection C plus N A intersection B intersection C. So this formula is very important and is very much helpful in solving problems. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubt, you write in the comment box. If you like the content of the video, please like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you.